to the greatest.
Hey, you know JayRay got girls here going way.
What's going on, good people? It is your boy JayRay back with another episode of Real Talk Radio, you dig? And we got a special guest in the building. I'll let her introduce herself.
What's up? I'm Chloe. My name's Chloe Spradlin. That's pretty much it. I'm as real as it gets. I'm an open book, honestly.
That's it? You ain't got anything you want to endorse, anything you want to promote?
When's this coming out?
Ooh, that is a good question. My peoples know me. I am very inconsistent, very late with my stuff, but I do drop it. Let's try to say next Wednesday.
Okay, then nothing for up then, but pretty much this weekend is the NCAA tournament for women's soccer, Division III. We are going over to Atlanta to go play Emory, and we're trying to make history to be the first time a Piedmont women's soccer team has ever won an NCAA tournament game. We're trying to make history. We've already done it this season a bunch of times. We're so good this year. We can do it.
There goes. They just won conference champions in the CS. What is that called?
CCS, Collegiate Conference of the South.
Yeah, I'm not a sports guy, as people tell. That's why I did not get into sports comm. But yeah, what position you play again? I'm
anywhere in the defense, but honestly, our coach likes to put us wherever he feels like it. So I've been playing a lot of midfield, but my natural outside back.
Okay. NCAA, they about to be the NCAA champs.
I hope
Bring it back
so.
to Piedmont. I think y'all can do it. Y'all play together, so
yeah.
You know, I don't know about a lot of talent because I don't watch, but I can just tell you guys play as one. From what I've heard. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we're gonna get into it. Today's topic, we're gonna have the talk, aka what is the issue? Because, oh man, where do I start? Okay, we're gonna make this. I've decided right now we're gonna make this kind of a interview / conversational.
Okay.
Because, like I said, Real Talk Radio, we're everything educational, all that. I'm learning just as much as you guys, so let's get it cracking. So the first question, I think we talked about this a little bit, but they don't know. I wanted to know because, all right, well, let's start like this. Chloe is
non-binary. What? I really don't know what this is about.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, you want to be on my podcast?"
Okay, so I want to have the gay talk, right? So let me explain why. Because the school I went to before this, and I talked about this before in the last episode. I went to Dalton, the school called Dalton, and I took sociology. Yeah, you heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that play there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they have a really good soccer team from what I don't know. They have a girls team?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I know they had the boys team was really good when I was there.
I don't know anything about the women's team. I just know people that play there.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so I had intro to sociology, and one of our projects or some shit, you had to ask a question and then do all this research and shit like that. And it was cool. I was like, all right, so one thing about me is I've never seen gay as a problem, but like literally all my friends are going to kill me for this. Everybody hanging around me is homophobic. Some of my, 90% of my family, 100% of my friends are all homophobic.
That's so weird.
And I've never understood
why
it.
Why do you care?
Why? That's the question.
That's so, yeah.
That's the name of this episode. What is the issue? So let me get to the point. I was doing the project, right? And it was going to be so dope. It should have been a fucking documentary. So it was like so many different gay people on my campus. I know it sounds bad, but it was like 2 homosexual guys. It was a girl. I guess y'all call her stud. I don't know if they call them stems now. I don't even know what a stem is.
So a stem is the word comes from the mix of stud and femme.
Oh.
So
she's like both.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess I would consider myself a stem, but I mean, I don't really like labels, and I know other people would definitely consider me a stud just because of how I dress, how I act. But I don't label myself really at all. I'm just who I am, and sometimes sometimes I can act really masculine, and sometimes I can be a motherfucking city girl.
Yeah, I know. I get you in there. It's like, oh my god, I just twerked. I was like,
I don't know. People always literally. One time, my aunt was like, she was like, yeah, I think you're like a soft stud. I was like, I am who I am. I don't care about labels.
Like labels, yeah.
Like, I have a few labels. Obviously, everyone does. But, like, when people try and go that you're super hyper masculine, but with the feminine tendencies, I'm like, actually, I'm just me.
Yeah.
I'm just Chloe.
Just a human being.
Yeah, so I mean, if they want to label me, they can, but understand that the only person whose labels affect me are mine.
Facts. So yeah, what was that? STEM, yeah, whatever she want to call it. And the last one, I didn't even get to interview him, but he was kind of like on the borderline of being a transsexual. Like he was already cutting.
Just say transgender, bro.
Yeah, he was transgender, but what is transsexual?
Transsexual. I mean, it used to be what people would call transgender, but that word's just a little outdated now.
Okay. See, that's how you know I don't. That's what we got you here. We got the expert.
Am I an expert?
I don't know, because maybe next time we'll have different types of people. That's what I always wanted.
It's different because, and this is like a problem because, you know, like a lot of people think that gay people are like some of the most inclusive people out there, which is true to an extent. But there's a lot of racism in the gay community. So like I'm black before I'm gay, 100%. Like I've been like there was someone who was bisexual at my high school and like he straight up just called me the N-word and I'm like, okay. Yeah. And you know, like back then I like got all mad about it. Now I really don't give a shit. But yeah, I mean like so I would say I am black before I'm gay, but at the same time I'm still
it's
very
a community,
much so.
But it's still kind of separate within the community. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm still very proud of who I am and where I came because obviously being black, I couldn't hide that I was black. I was black out the womb. After like a week, I was really, really light skinned when I came out. But
me too.
But like I had to hide being gay. I didn't have to, but I did because I felt like I had to, and I was nervous, and I thought that people were gonna
judge you.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna lose friends. I knew my family was there for me, especially my mom. She told me because my mom knew I was gay since I was 5. I didn't realize till I was 12. Literally, my mom would go around telling people. She would be like, yeah, I think Chloe's gay. I was like 6 years old. She was like, yeah, I think Chloe's gay. And everyone around her would be like, no, don't say that. Like, cause you know, this was like 6, 7. And so, you know, it was still kind of taboo. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, don't say that. Like, you don't know that. And she was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
She's like, it's fine. But yeah, she's definitely gay. And then that was probably like 12 years later after that. I came out in 2018, I think. 18.
To everybody?
Yeah, officially. I came out like a week before my 16th birthday to my mom and like some close friends. And then like officially I was out like towards the end of the summer or like middle of summer. So going into my junior year of high school.
What about did your father know or?
I'm not really that close to my dad. I mean, I'm sure he does know. I never explicitly told him. But yeah, I never explicitly told him. Okay. But I'm sure he knows by now. It's been like 4 years since then, so I would hope he knows. Okay, so let's jump around the bush a little bit. I got so much in my mind. It's like so many. I should have wrote all them down. All right, the first question, let's talk about what we talked about last time because I kind of forgot, so I need a refreshing because I'm back to I don't understand pronouns. So basically the conversation was, guys, that I was like, you know, I'm good. I'm cool with the community LGBTQT plus. Is it LGBTQ plus community? People trying to keep add letters. It just gets a mouthful. So it does. It's if I just say gay because gay is an umbrella term, but at the same time, like if you want to be official, like if I say if you're like writing a paper or an article, you would say LGBT community. You wouldn't say gay community. Yeah. So both are acceptable. Gay is really an umbrella term, but also gay is specific to men that like other men. See, that's what I thought. I thought when y'all started adding the pronouns and shit, I was like, yo, why? Okay, yeah, now y'all doing a little too much. But then you explained it to me well, so can you explain it to them? Yeah. Because I never understood. I was like, why we got to call you they, he, or she is? Yeah. So, I'm non-binary. I use she pronouns and I use they pronouns. Every person is different. Some people use they, them pronouns. Some people use he and they pronouns. I use she, they. I feel in touch with my feminine side. I also feel in touch with my masculine side. And I just feel, that's just how I feel most comfortable. Like, it's just, I don't always want to be called she because sometimes I don't feel super feminine. And like, you know me, so you know that there's times where I'm acting super duper masculine, and that's when I consider myself they. And then there's times where I'm super duper feminine, and that's when I consider myself she. for me, every single person is different. So, like, my experience and what I'm saying right now, completely different for any other person you ask. But just basically the gist of it is for people that are non-binary, they don't feel very in touch with either gender of female and male. It's a binary. It's a spectrum. So, like, everyone is here. Even people you are cisgendered, which is like you identify in the body that you were born in. Like, you're cisgendered, but at the same time, you're still on that spectrum. You're probably closer to the masculine side of it, but you can't say that there's not some feminine qualities to you. Obviously, everyone has masculine qualities. Everyone has feminine qualities. There's no one, like, being caring, being loving, those are considered feminine qualities. You care about your siblings, or you care about your dog, and you're gonna go and you're gonna get all, you see a baby, oh, it's so cute, you're gonna be nurturing. Those are feminine qualities. So just because you're over here doesn't mean you don't have some of those qualities. For me, I feel like I'm, like, dead middle. Maybe I might shift a little bit on the spectrum, just depending on how I'm feeling, but I feel very in touch with both sides of that, and I don't feel required to label myself to either of those things. And so that's why I choose to use they pronouns.
Okay. Makes sense now, guys, right?
Yeah.
I know it's a lot because...
It can be a lot, and it took me a while even to figure that out for myself. Like, I came out...
That's what I was going to ask you. Did you research it, or did you, like,
I
come to terms with it? Like,
I researched it a little bit. So, like, I came out when I was I came out as gay when I was a sophomore, or when I was going into my junior year of high school. I came out as non-binary my freshman year of college, so that was, like, a good 2 years, especially, 2020, COVID hit. All I had time to do was think. And, yeah, so I researched it. I was just kind of like, I felt, it was mainly, this is what happened. Very beginning of 2020, January 2020, I cut my hair. I was just sick. It wasn't even on some, like, oh, she's gay, so she cut her hair. I'm like, no, that's not how it works, actually. I was just really tired of doing it. It was long. It was, like, probably, like, maybe, like, here to, like, the middle of my chest, middle of my back area. And I was just tired of doing it. I was doing box braids. And I'd have to take it out and then wash it, blow it out, go pay $180 to go get it done every 2-ish months. And I was like, no, I'm sick of it. And plus, I'd always wanted to cut my hair. It's just hair. It grows back. So I just chopped it off. Immediately, when I cut my hair, I felt so much more willing to do feminine stuff. It was almost like when I had long hair, I dressed a lot more masculine. I acted more masculine. When I cut it, I started, like, painting my nails, and I was wearing crop tops, and I started, like, I don't know, I started having some more feminine qualities. And so it literally felt like 50-50, where I was like, I have short hair, I look one way, I'm going to act another way. Or when my hair was long, I looked one way, and I was going to act, like, all tough and macho. And so, like, now I'm currently growing my hair back out, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to act more masculine because of that, maybe. But at the same time, that's not really changed. I think now that I've found myself a little bit more, I might, stick with whatever I'm feeling and not having to feel like I have to go one way or another. But, that's basically what it was. Right when I cut my hair, I was like, you might want to start thinking about this. And then all that time that I wasn't allowed to leave my neighborhood, thought about it, researched it, and then probably, like, October of 2020 is when I officially came out as non-binary. Yeah,
that's cool. That's like it was like a mental thing. You know what I'm saying?
It was so weird. It was like,
some people are scared to come to terms with stuff like that, even when it's not, like, dealing with gay stuff and stuff like that. So
yeah, it was an immediate, like, click. It was so weird. And I love it. Like, I think it's, I don't know, you just, when you just feel something.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
It feels right. It doesn't feel right to 100% be a girl, and I know it doesn't feel right to consider myself a guy. Yeah. So why not just be in the middle?
Facts. That's dope. Now, how do you feel about the hatred toward the gay community? That's what I really want to get into.
It's so stupid.
Yeah. So, like, I'll give you some examples, right? So, the controversy I was going with Boosie when, I love Boosie, when Lil Nas was, He was basically trolling everyone that was like against him and stuff.
Nas is so fun. He literally takes all the haters and he makes money off of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he knew when he made the Call Me By Your Name music video, and the one where he's on the strip pole.
He's a genius. He's a genius.
He knew that was going to get hate.
Yeah.
He made a whole shoe, a Satan shoe, knowing, and all he did was profit off of that shit.
Yep.
I'm like, you fucking fell into his hands. Like,
He knows
what
what
the
to
fuck?
do. He knows what to do.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think it's so stupid. Like, what does who I love and how I feel about myself have anything to do with I'm not doing anything illegal? It's one thing if, like, obviously I'm going after people my age. I'm 20 years old. I'm not going, or I'm not pursuing anyone under 18.
Yeah.
That's literal pedophilia. That's that's not gay. That's a crime. I'm not going after animals. Like, that's bestiality. That's a crime. Yeah. This is, I don't know how to say it in words other than I was born this way. And I was talking to someone about this last night, and they're just like, yeah, I just could never imagine being gay. I'm like, that's crazy, because I could never imagine being straight. Yeah. Like, when I was like 5 years old, like, I had little girlfriends in kindergarten. That's how my mom knew I was gay. I went to the movie theater with my best friend and was holding her hand in the theater. I was doing the thumb thing in the like, I liked girls since I was born. I don't really know how to describe it. Like, that's a thing that is literally developed in the brain. It's not a mental disease. It's not a mental illness.
That's what a lot of people think it is. It's a mental disease, or it's like illness. Your genes are off or something. Or like,
I have heard it might be hereditary. I don't know. I don't think they've ever like figured out the gay gene. But all I know is that if there is a gay gene, I have it, and I am completely functional. I'm 100% fine. Like, I've got friends. My family loves me. There's been very few people in my life that have been like, oh, you're gay, I can't support that.
Yeah, I don't know why people, because there's some people that are gay and they kind of do, it's mostly the dudes that do too much. Like, they try to, I don't know how to explain it. I forgot the name for it. My dad used to call it something, but it's like they try to prove that they're gay, and they just take it overboard. You know what I'm saying?
I think I know what you're talking about. So when I first came out, not even then when I first came out, maybe like a few months before, like within a year or so before I came out, I felt the need to prove myself that I was gay, to like literally fall into stereotypes. And I just kind of did stuff that I was like, oh, gay people do this, so I have to do this. And I kind of also felt this way. I'm mixed, and I went to a white high school. Definitely, like, most of my friends were white. Whenever I started playing, I switched soccer teams, started playing with a team that had I had never played on a team that had more than one other black person on a team. And up till that point, then I had like half my team was black. There was a point where I felt like I needed to prove myself as being black. So I started saying the N-word more often. I never said the N-word before then. I just wasn't comfortable with it. Even growing up in my house with my mom is mixed. She didn't say it that often. My black side of my family didn't really say it that often. I just never grew up with the N-word. But then I just started saying it because I was like, oh, this proves that I'm black. It's kind of the same way in that, oh, these people need to know I'm gay. Yeah. And
you're
so
trying to fit in.
Because I felt like that's how I thought I was supposed to act. And then I realized, I'm like, no.
Just be you.
Yeah, I'm just going to be me. So I see why some people are that way, or at least that's from my perspective. That's why I did that. But at the same time, like, who
gives a damn?
Yeah, I'm like, if it bothers you that much, just don't pay attention. Yeah. Like, that's all you get. Just ignore it.
That's what I try to tell people all the time. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't live in the real world. People who live by society, and they live by how they care too much what people think. So that's how they carry themselves. And I'm like, I came to a realization a couple years ago. I'm like, bro, why do I even give a fuck? Like, I'm just gonna be me.
There's some things, and I've learned that in college, that it's just not worth my time. Yeah. And
that's the other thing too. Some people, they give their energy too much to one thing, and it's like, bro, just stop caring.
Like, it's not that big a deal.
It's really not. Like, never mind. Not gonna name drop, but let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Damn, what was I finna ask after that? So, do you feel like those people that hate, like, for example, like Boosie and people that give it a lot of attention to gay people, do you feel like they have some feelings or
They're closeted?
Yeah.
I think there's some people, definitely.
But some people just get so excited about it. And it's like, why are you ranting on the internet about it? Why is it like that serious to you? Like, why do you care that much?
I think there's been a few celebrities that even were like super homophobic in the past, and then they came out. Yeah. And we were like, okay. So it was just, a lot of times it's like just self-hatred. Yeah. A lot of times, I don't know. I think it's peer pressure. Yeah. A lot of times. And in general, I don't know. I don't know why people have hate in their heart so much to a point where they're gonna like express that and try and bring you down. They must have like some sort. It might not even be gay, but there is something deep down where they are just hurting. Yeah. And I'm like, I hope the best for you. That's all you can really do. Yeah. Because if you fight fire with fire, what's it gonna do? All you have is a wildfire. Yeah. I try to tell my people that all the time. But like, it's like with me, it's like I get uncomfortable now to a point like where I go to a basketball gym and dudes, we have dumb conversations and the gay thing might come up. And see, I'm a D Wade fan, right? So the Zaya thing really affects me to a point where I'm like, every time I try to defend it, it's gonna sound like I'm defending because it's D Wade, but at the same time, like I've had gay friends in the past. Then in high school, I have gay guys that have tried to hit on me. I just, over the weekend, my friend was telling me, he was like, yo, watch out for this dude. He was asking a lot of questions about you, and he acts kind of feminine. I'm like, that's cool. I really don't care. Like, I'm going to tell him, like. That's a flex, actually.
Yeah, that's why I was like.
You're getting hit on by both guys and girls. I went to the club probably 2 months ago, and I had guys coming up to me, I had girls coming up to me. And they were like, are you not uncomfortable with the guys? Yeah. I'm like, not really. Yeah. Not too. I mean, obviously, I'm a woman. Yeah. So there's a little bit of uncomfortable. Yeah. But other than that, I mean.
Yeah, it doesn't faze me.
They came up to me. Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's a flex.
Yeah, because with girls,
I got guys and girls after me. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because with guys, it's like, oh, you gay if you. I'm like, bro, I'm not tripping because it's just like I don't really care enough too. Like, he's gay. I'm not. I'm gonna let him know that. Like, some dudes like, no, hell no. If he come up to me,
and that's the same shit. When these guys came up to me, they're like, hey, what's your name? What's blah blah. I was like, hi, like I'm Chloe. Yeah. You seem really nice. I'm gonna let you know from the jump. I am gay. Yeah. So if you want anything with me, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. And they're like, oh, my bad. Like, thanks for letting me know. Like, it's.
Some dudes be ready to fight. They get hit on by guys. Like, why is that?
Yeah. I'm like, y'all walk up to. There are people that are. Let me be real. When I was at the club, I looked super feminine. Looked super feminine. Yeah. I had like a pink crop top on. My hair wasn't in locks. It was in like a bun. Had short shorts. I looked super feminine. I have gone to the club at my old school. I went to the bar one time. I did not look straight. Yeah. Like, I looked rather stereotypical.
Like a tomboy?
Yeah. And then I had someone come up to me, and I was like, I know you fucking lying right now.
Oh, a dude came up to you?
Yes. I was like, I know you fucking lying.
Everybody got their kinks.
And that, yes. Yeah. And at that point, I'm like, I'm going to sound like an ass. There are some people where I'm like, if you come up to, mind you, my hair was super short at the time. I told you I cut my hair beginning of 2020. This is how long it is now. This is almost 2023. So like my freshman and sophomore year of college, my hair was in like a little tight afro. I looked like a 12-year-old boy just because I was, I'm 5'6". Yeah. I had my little afro. I had obviously no facial hair. Yeah. And so I looked tiny. I looked like, I mean, other than the boobs,
So you call him a pedophile? That's what you call him.
Basically, I also then, whenever guys come up to studs and like want to hit on them, it's like, is there something you need to be addressing with yourself? Yeah. Like, it's okay. Yeah. There was one guy who I was friends with at college, and he this is when I very very beginning. Of my short hair. I had a fade, fade in the back, some on top. I looked gay as ever. And a guy was like, I find you really, really attractive. And I was like, what? Everyone was like, huh? Yeah. And I was like, okay, that's nice.
I think some dudes do like masculine women or
He ended up telling me he was later on. He was like, "Yeah, I think I'm bisexual." I'm like, "Okay, why don't you go after an actual guy then?"
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just it just amazes me because like like I said again, it's gotten to the point where I'm uncomfortable. Where it's like if we're talking about it and one dude just like, "Oh hell no!" like just to prove he's not gay. It's like, bro, if you're not gay, don't say it like. And then why? Yeah. And I'm tired of people saying like that's crazy. Like to bring back up the Dwyane Wade thing to be more specific, it's like why do y'all care? Like, and it got to a point where there are rumors now that he's trying to cut off her genitals and get a transgender, and it's like. Yeah. Why are we taking it to that extreme? For one, it's that person's child. And number two, now they're trying to say that he groomed her to be gay. And I keep telling people, like, that doesn't even make sense.
That's not possible.
You can't make somebody gay. So this was the thing they were talking about on the Breakfast Club that made the most sense. Charlamagne I give him full credit for this line. He said, okay, it was when Boosie came on the show. He was like, so if you think gay people on TV affect kids and turn them gay, then what is straight people on TV? How does that turn gay people back to straight? Like, make it make sense.
Exactly. It's so stupid. I don't... You just said so many things, and I wanted to say so many things with that, but I want to let you talk.
Yeah.
About the D. Wade's daughter.
We start there.
Who gives a shit?
Like, who cares?
That's not your fucking kid.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not your fucking kid.
Yeah.
You should... Who gives a fuck? And then also, like, I think how old is she? Like 13, 14?
Yeah, she's older now.
I think people freak out because they think they're too young. I realized I was gay when I was 12.
You just don't. And that's the thing. I have friends in middle school who were gay. We knew we're gay. Mm-hmm. They just didn't know it yet. Yeah. Right? So
there's people who, like, I had a friend that was trans and, like, she was like, yeah, I think I knew I was. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that she knew she was a girl, but she was like, I knew I didn't feel in the right body. Mm-hmm. Just stuff like that. Like, just the brain is the brain. Mm-hmm. The brain was just in the wrong body. Yeah. Like, we've known this. It starts in puberty. It starts before that. Like I told you, I had little girlfriends in kindergarten. I had one in second grade that I definitely remember. Like, you know, we were always this way. Mm-hmm. And I think people are starting to get pissed off because kids are starting to figure this out because on media, and we're always fucking surrounded by media.
And this is more of an open end, and media has been more like an open thing for people to express themselves nowadays to really everything's being more accepted, like mental health, all that. So it's like
if you see it on media, you're gonna see things that make sense to you, that resonate with you. So, like, when I saw my first gay couple on TV, I don't remember what it was, but I think it was Glee. Mm-hmm. I think it was Glee. I was like, damn, something about that. Mm-hmm. Something about that. I feel that. Yeah. I couldn't tell what it was.
I feel that.
I was just like, yeah.
It's kind of like when you listen to a rap song and you're like, yeah.
I was like, I fuck with that shit. And then... when you see it on TV and you see something that you know, like, think about it. Black people used to never see other black people be successful. Yeah. Even now, all you see is, you know, when they talk about, oh, this white person killed their whole family, you see the picture of the family and them all being happy. This black person stole some diapers, and you see their mugshot. Yeah. And you see them not being successful. Mm-hmm. Black people grew up not seeing success. Gay people grew up not seeing gay people on TV. Yep. Non-binary and transgender people grew up not seeing
and it's themselves. In the cartoons now. Mm-hmm. That's another controversy thing. It's in the cartoons now, and it's like,
and people are like canceling the episodes. There was an episode of what's that show, Arthur, because there was a gay wedding.
Swear to God.
Yeah,
Is it new?
Mr. Ratburn.
Mr. Ratburn gay.
Mr. Ratburn's gay and had a whole wedding. That episode was banned in Alabama.
Yo, that is wild. But like, back to what you were saying, that's the thing I was saying about Zaya, because I grew up off of D-Wade, so everything he did, I did. And it was one particular day where I decided to watch, because he's an ambassador for like the NBA junior program, and Zaya was with him. This is before she came out. And I knew, like, they panned to him and Well, at the time he was Zaire, sitting at the game, like watching the little kids play. And Zaya just like, it's like her mannerisms. Like she was reading a book. She wasn't even paying attention to the game. It was like that way she was flaunted. I was like, Zaire might be, or Zion, that's his name before Zion. Zion might be gay. But that's my thing. Like, why is it such a big deal? Like, she's smart. Mm-hmm. She has charisma. She has style. She has fashion. And she's going to be successful because D Wade's children are always going to, like, they don't have no choice but to. Like,
people think, like, the kids were groomed. Like, I literally, that's stupid. And then, like, I mean, I'm just so glad that D Wade is letting her be the way she is. Because, like, and when people are like, oh, she's gonna cut off the genitals and stuff like that. First of all, why are you thinking about a 13-year-old's genitals?
Exactly.
Second of all, like, if we are gonna have that conversation, obviously with puberty and all that, like, it's just quite obvious you can't do that yet. Yeah. Like, the people have to grow. But
I don't think he would take it to that
I think they're starting to think about I think doctors are starting to get involved and like figure out, okay, what, obviously not testing, but you know, trying to figure out like how to go about this, because you know there is gender dysphoria. Like, people will look in the mirror and not see what they want to see, and they go to the extremes about that. Like, there have been people that are female and want to become male, and they will literally take a knife to their boobs. Like, they will do some crazy stuff to feel that way. And, like, they're starting to think of safer ways to go about this. And as long as, I think everyone knows, as long as you're safe about it, then be you. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what other people think about you and what people are, as long as people are not assholes. Yeah. Because I met someone that was transgender one time, and she was mean as fuck. Yeah. And I was like, you a bitch. But everyone's like, you're transphobic. No, I'm not. She's just a fucking bitch.
That just proves my point. Like, all these people want to say it's scientifically messed up. They shouldn't be that way. Well, they're still human. They're still transgender that are assholes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
fucking Caitlyn Jenner is not a good fucking person.
Is that Bruce or Caitlyn? Who's Caitlyn? Caitlyn's Bruce?
Caitlyn used to be Bruce.
Bruce. Okay. All right. I had to make sure because
Caitlyn Jenner is not a nice person. Yeah. She's very, very mean. All she became was a rich white woman. Yeah. That makes sense. That's the way to characterize it. And then just the reason that shit hurt me, that's the reason I had to pull up Zaya, and that's the last thing I'm going to say on Zaya. I'm going to transition. Because one of my friends, right, and I don't think, and the thing is, we always troll each other because we're all basketball fans, so we troll each other with our favorite basketball players or whatever it may be, or our favorite celebrities or whatever. And he said D Wade failed as a father because as soon as I came out, and that shit hurt me because it was like, what if my child had become gay? Would you have told me that to my face? Even though, like, you know what I'm saying? And I said this on my last podcast. Future kids, they already saying future kids like are damn near delinquents. T.I.'s son is in jail, but ain't nobody saying shit about that. You know what I'm saying? I think D Wade is an amazing father, letting his daughter be who she wants to be. I just don't, and I think, you know, people fear what they don't know. Yeah. So obviously, being gay and being publicly gay is relatively new. Being transgender and being publicly transgender, using they pronouns, is relatively new. People fear what they don't know. Yeah. And so you can easily go and talk to someone and learn about it. I am an open book. If anyone, Jarrett has asked me plenty of questions about me being non-binary, and I've answered them. He asked me a question about like how to use the they pronouns, and I played a game with him. Yeah. I played y'all know headbands. Where you put the little thing. I just told him, I was like, just think of a person, and or else what I said. I said I had a person in my head, and I want you to guess it. And he said, "Are they?" And I was like, I'm gonna stop you right there. You just use they in the single tense because it is English. Yeah. Like, people freak out. I don't know how to they is and they. No, it's just they are. Yeah. You don't have to change the English language because we did not change the English language.
So do you get offended when people use like the joke of if you're them, you gonna pay the price of them?
I've never heard that actually.
Because they don't use it. I don't think people like use it out. But if you see it on TikTok, they're like, then both of y'all can pay for this drink. Like if you use they or them. Like I just thought that was funny as hell.
That's funny.
Yeah. Like what is okay? All right, we're gonna end it right here because I want to know this.
Funny jokes.
I want to know. Were you on the cancel culture boat for Dave Chappelle?
I watched that. Mm-hmm. I thought he was flirting with that line heavy. I did not.
Which one? Because I didn't watch it.
The one
I just heard about it.
I think it was on Netflix. It was the one where he was talking about the transgender, like the comedian that was transgender, and she was awful, like on stage. Yeah. But yeah, I watched it. I was kind of like, he's flirting with that line. Yeah. Because there's a line. Mm-hmm. I think there was a few times where he might have gone a little bit over.
Too far?
Then, yeah. I don't really get into cancel culture. It's Dave Chappelle to me is not important enough, or at least for me to be like, oh. Okay.
But did it offend you? Because I didn't watch it, but I heard like they were trying to cancel this, man. Like Netflix people were walking out and like people that work for Netflix. I swear, like it stated on the Breakfast Club. Right. They were like they were trying to get what school did he go to? Because at the time that shit popped so big. Because Dave Chappelle's already been, but every time he goes on tour and he does these little shows or whatever, especially for Netflix, he starts branching out, and I think he had donated to what's not Spelman? Was it Morehouse? What school? I forgot what school he went to, but he started doing all this shit.
He went to an HBCU in Atlanta.
I think so. Yeah, it was HBCU, but I don't know what's
Clark Atlanta.
It might have been Clark.
It's either Clark, Spelman, or Morehouse.
I should have had my laptop. But the thing is, he was doing something with them, and there was like controversy with that too. Like there were people like, okay, we should take his, because I think he has not a memorial, but he has like something there that honors him, and it was like take that down, even though he gives them fucking money every year, you know what I'm saying? Because he went there. And it was just like, it was a big thing. And I just want to know, like, what's your idea? Because to me, I'm not gay, so I can't say. But I can speak for, like, Dave Chappelle, Ari Spears, some of, like, my favorite comedians. And to say, like, that he did it out of hate or try to offend people on purpose, like, I just want to say for the people that don't know, like, that's what comedy, because I study it. Like, outside of pursuing radio, one day I do want to be comedian. You see me in my goofy side, and I like to play a lot. And, like, I study that shit, and it's like the same thing when they do, like, racist jokes or, like, dirty jokes. Like, that's the thing of comedy. You take something that people talk about, but we don't talk about enough and have those conversations, and we can make jokes in light of it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's almost like having a conversation, but it's just not as serious. And I think I know I've seen some of his material. I'm not the biggest fan when it comes to him comedy, but some of his stuff I know he didn't mean harm.
I know.
So I meant, so I wanted to see like what it was like on the other side. Like the same thing for racist jokes. Like when, let's say, most black comedians try to use the race card. Like I don't know if you ever, I'm trying to think because Kevin Hart doesn't really use it, but it's just those deep down and dirty comedians that use certain jokes. Yeah.
So obviously he didn't mean any harm by it. I think no matter what, if he even said the word transgender and his set wasn't about being transgender or like a transgender girl that he worked with, I think someone would have gotten offended. Yeah. Just because that's how it is. It's still the same with with racial comedy. If someone's gonna get offended, I still do think he really, really flirted with that line. There was times where I was sitting and watching it and I was like, okay. He said that, but and I don't consider myself transgender. Like I know I did transition to being non-binary. I don't consider myself that way because I feel like I've always been that way. Yeah. And I didn't go through these crazy steps to feel that way about myself. I just felt that way, and so I don't think I can speak on it from the transgender perspective. At the same time, I still think he flirted with that line a little more than he should have.
What was the line? What did he say?
Just like the line of crossing it or not. I don't remember what he said because I watched this I think like a year and a half ago. I don't think he should have gotten canceled. I think it's not. I think it's really hard to cancel him.
Yeah,
just because he is Dave Chappelle. I think there's very few people that with his stature can be canceled to such a degree. Like I think about Kanye right now.
I didn't think Kanye could be canceled. I knew he could, but I knew he was gonna self-destruct. It was already coming. Like bro needs help, man.
But also at the same time, like it's tough to cancel. Like because with R. Kelly, at least with our generation, R. Kelly, I don't listen to R. Kelly anymore because I didn't grow up on R. Kelly. Like obviously I had "Step in the Name of Love" in my playlist and other songs like that. I took it off my playlist. I was like, he's tripping. It is so hard to get away from Kanye because we grew up on him. Yeah. And I had a song come on I had Waves by Kanye come from, Life of Pablo. It came on my shuffle today. And I like screamed. I was like, you made this. Yeah. You are an artist. You made this and look at the shit you're doing now.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of. Because I'm a Drake fan. I'm scared Drake's going to come out and some shit's going to happen.
Some shit's already happening with Meg Thee Stallion. You saw that?
Oh, God. I don't want to talk about that because I feel like I'm gonna be biased and I'm just gonna.
I'm also a Drake fan.
Yeah,
so.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
I didn't even hear the line when he said it, and then I saw everyone was like, he dissed Meg Thee Stallion.
But here's the thing, though: if you know Drake, he rarely claps back. Like the only time we've ever seen him clap back was Meek Mill. So there's something deeper than that. Like there's something that made him diss Megan because he rarely did. Like the only time he's ever did was Meek Mill, and then the last shit with Kanye before Jay Prince got in between him and made them do a little concert.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that goes underneath the rug with Drake. Like the XXX. There's a rumor that he got X killed.
Oh, the XXX technician, yeah. Technician, whatever his name is.
Tentacion.
Yeah, I didn't listen to him until
technician.
Technician. I didn't really listen to him until he passed. I listened to a couple. I was like, okay, he actually was kind of good.
Yeah, there was a rumor that the rumor is still flying too. I think especially after he just dropped this that him and his crew killed X.
You think that's true?
If this is going on the internet, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I don't want to be next. You don't want Drake.
Now I
loved your album.
Now I feel like now I'm not gonna lie. I do feel like Drake does send people to beat people up. I don't think he would go to the extent to kill somebody.
He's so powerful though.
He is. That's the thing. That's why I was like, I won't put it past him to send somebody like, all right, go jump this guy. But I don't know the history between either of them two, so I haven't. So
I would look into it. It was about, at minimum, it was about a bar.
Because I think I know you're talking about the.
It was either X took one of Drake's flows.
I think Drake took technician flows. Yeah, Drake took it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because Drake always kind of does that.
It's in my head, but I can't think of what the bar was.
It was actually two songs too. It was one song. But X did I seen the interview. It was one of those YouTube shorts, and he was explaining it. And then they stopped the video, and then they played X's song, and they played Drake's song. And it was like, you see what I'm saying? And I was like,
yeah, Yeah, but at the same time, like Lil Nas X on his first mixtape, like I heard, it was from what song it was? I think it was from 7. I want and I need you, and it was
on Ontario.
It was not on Montero. It was on his first EP.
Oh yeah,
which was called 7.
The one that had Panini.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I didn't download it, but I know that song.
I think it was from the self-titled track 7. And the second I heard it, I was like, that is Drake.
Yeah.
I was like, that's Drake.
But a lot of I feel like people that like me and you, we listen to music. We are diverse. So a lot of times you're gonna hear like one song sound like another artist, and I don't think that's really taking flow. I feel like sometimes it is, but sometimes it's like a person got inspired by that. Like Drake gets inspired. Like I'm not trying to say I'm biased. Drake gets inspired by a lot of things, and he gives them credit most of the time.
The one thing I think about is the More Life album. Like that was so.
And wasn't that whole thing written by like Kanye or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Or was it Take Care? One of those albums was like Kanye written or produced like 24%, like 50 to 60% of the album or something like that. It was one of those.
I just remember with that was probably Take Care. But I think about More Life. Like More Life was very clearly like Caribbean inspired, English inspired. Like there was he had interludes on the tracks that was strictly I think he had Gigs on one, Skepta on another one.
Blem.
Yeah. like 4422, Blim. There's a few where I was like, my hairstylist is Jamaican. She was like, he stole that shit. Like, I thought it was more so paying homage, but she's Jamaican, so I'm gonna listen to her. And she was like, we didn't fuck with that shit. Damn. And I was like, damn.
So do you think? I mean, people fuck with the Honestly Nevermind, like, because he got that from Dance Studio. Because he kind of got it from, like, overseas vibes and stuff like that. That's why I really wasn't surprised, and a lot of people were mad. Like,
I hated that fucking album.
Bro, it was dope, though.
I hated Honestly Nevermind.
Okay, I'm going to say, after More Life, I did start hating Drake, but then I had to realize, like, he's going into another form. Like, he's given us Take Care, More Life, Thank Me Later, Nothing Was the Same. He's given us those serious... He's given us fucking Grammy. I don't know. He's given us godlike music for so long. I think it's time for him to, like, actually have fun with his music and branch out and see what he can do and try to stay relevant. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's so hard for him not to be relevant. I think at this point, he's hit a point in his career where he can drop
anything.
He can drop Kanye West, a whole album of Kanye West, Poop Diddy Scoop,
and
go platinum.
Crazy. Yeah, I agree totally. Because we're in this, like, yeah, it's like he's so popular now, like everybody and people that don't really listen to music can't be like I've listened to Drake and I've even had discussions with my friends where they've said like Demo Tape Lames was better than I give it credit for. Like Certified Lover Boy was better than and I'll be hard on Drake. I'm not one of those biased people like every time he drops like no.
Yeah, I'm very hard on Drake.
Certified Lover Boy was not up to par. Like there was some song I went back and I was like Fair Trade, honestly. I've been finding
Fair Trade, what was that? What was the song with Rick Ross? You only live twice. You only live twice. That was like that was a great song. Yeah. But at the same time, CLB wasn't mid.
Yeah. Dark Tape Lanes for me was. What did you think about Demo Tape Lane? Yeah, it wasn't.
I didn't think he had dropped anything meaningful since More Life.
That's what I'm. That's
even Scorpion. I was like, this wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I think people. Yeah, Scorpion's in the middle for me, but that's what I think people don't understand about Drake. Like, he's not really trying to be Take Care Drake anymore. He's trying to stay relevant and branch out. Because, like you just saw he just dropped Her Loss. 21. And it wasn't...
That was good. Yeah, I liked it.
Drake, that one ain't for the ladies. That's all I'm going to say. He came for... That was unlike Drake. It. He went for everybody, but it was really good. Yeah, 21 did his thing. I just wish Thug was free. I know Thug would have been on the album. I'm a big Thug fan.
For sure. There were so many good songs on the album. I loved it. I listened to it when I was on the way to go get my hair done. Mm-hmm. I was like, Drake. I literally screamed in my car. I was like, Drake is back.
Yes. He was going bar for bar with it. I was just like, damn.
Everyone on Twitter was talking about it. They're like, this is Drake. Yeah. He was like, oh, y'all been calling my shit mid? All right.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give you this shit, and then I'm gonna go back to doing some crazy shit. We're gonna do like a Latin music album next. But yeah, you want to end it there?
Yeah, I mean, we got so off topic.
Yeah, we did a little bit.
I will say one more thing. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit?
What do you think? What do you think? The name of the episode should be "Who Gives a Shit" or "What's the Issue?" Or should I do like "What's the Issue?"
Who gives a shit about the issue? Whatever the fuck the issue is, I don't give a shit about it. You shouldn't give a shit either. It's do your own thing. Yeah. People are the way they are, as long as they're not being mean to anyone, hurting anyone, committing like actual real crimes and shit. Who gives a fuck? Y'all there's so much worse shit going on in this world than girls who like girls, guys who like guys, and people that think they are neither a guy or a girl.
There goes your positive note for the day, folks, from Chloe Spradlin. We want to thank you for being on every time. Now my Atlanta started coming out. But I want to thank y'all for watching again. Real Talk Radio, JayRay, Chloe Spradlin. You can follow me on Instagram at Real Something Something. The logo will be somewhere around this area. Still don't know my Instagram. It's kind of sad. Twitter, TikTok. Also going to have some logos somewhere around here. Tell them where they can follow you.
I'm going to plug my shit. Yeah. You can follow me on Instagram _ Chloe Spradlin, Spradlin 21 _ That's pretty much all I have.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
That's all I have.
If you're listening on Apple Music, make sure you hold on, wait.
Podcast.
I keep forgetting how to do my own outros because I keep forgetting what platforms I'm on. I'm on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify. If you're listening, give me some ratings, some comments, something. Let me know something. Was it good? Was it bad? What would you change? What do you want to hear next? If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All that good stuff. And this is Real Talk Radio. You dig? I didn't talk enough to get the outro going, so we're just going to keep talking until the beat sounds good.